Hello and welcome. My name is Lo. Thank you for choosing to practice with me today. This is a 30-minute heart and hip opening flow. This is a great practice if you spend a good portion of your day seated at your desk working on your computer. I always like to recommend the use of props for practice. So if you happen to have a yoga blanket, bolster, 2 blocks, you can gather those items. If you don't have these yoga props, 2 nice sturdy books work well in place of the blocks. Pillow can replace the bolster, and a beach towel for your blanket. I will call for the use of this blanket or beach towel right when we start practice, so you might like to make sure you have that at least. We're going to get started in a heart opener. So lying flat on your back, with your rolled up blanket or beach towel underneath. So you'll roll up the blanket or towel, bring it vertically on the mat, find your seat, edge of the beach towel right at the low back, and then just make your way onto the towel. Just lie back. Your head will rest right at the top edge of the towel. So you're creating this just gentle curve in your spine, a very passive stretch opening for the front of the body. Feet can be on the mat with knees pointing towards the ceiling, or you can leave the legs out long. Once you wiggle around and find where you're comfortable, see if you can close your eyes. And then begin to find your breath. Breathe in deeply through the nose and exhale out long and slow. That breath, just sink your body onto the mat. And let yourself be right here, right now. Just let go of the experiences of your day. And just as if you were receiving a gentle breeze, without attempting to control it, can you receive the breath without trying to control? Can you receive yourself without trying to control? But rather just being as you are, flowing with the breath and with your experience. On the mat, we weave the inhale into the exhale. We weave the sensations of the body so that we can connect with the mind. And we connect within so that we can weave the intentions we create on the mat into actions off of the mat. Our life experience, it also weaves threads. No thread of experience is wasted. This all creates a beautiful, rich tapestry that makes up our lives. So begin now to deepen the breath. Let inhale weave into exhale. Feel your body move with the breath. Notice how that deepening of the breath deepens the connection within. Let's find 3 more rounds of breath. And that third final round of breath. As you breathe out, your eyes can flutter open or bring your focus, your awareness back. Take a breath in as you exhale. Begin to roll towards your right. Just coming off of your towel or blanket. Gently press your way up towards the top of your mat. Come on to hands and knees. And then bring the knees out nice and wide, toes touch together. Breathe in, exhale, sink down into child's pose. Hips towards your heels, forehead towards the mat, arms reaching forward. Take a big round of breath in. Really feel breath expand into the back of your body. Exhale, sink down into your hips. Palms stay on the mat. Start to reach the hands in front of you as far as you can, and then rise up on your fingertips. Take a breath in as you exhale. Walk your hands off of the right edge of your mat. Left palm might come on the back of the right hand. Press down and draw back. Feel opening in the left shoulder blade. Big breath in. Exhale. Left hip weights down to the left heel. Next, inhale. Start to walk back through center. Exhale over to the left side. Now right arm reaching. Again, press down on the back of the hand. Draw back as you exhale. And let your right hip weight heavily on your right heel. Expand through the right ribs with breath. Next, inhale. Start to walk back through center. Hold there as you breathe out. And then an inhale brings you forward back into table on hands and knees. Let the knees stay wide here. And bring the toes to line up with the knees. And then bring your palms out towards the edges of your mat. So your pinkies might even come off the edges of the mat. Nice and wide here through the shoulders. Take a big breath in. Drop the belly down. Drop the heart towards the mat. Look up at the ceiling, cow pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round. Really press the mat away. Drop your head straight to the floor. And again, inhale, belly drops, heart moves forward. This nice wide version of cat and cow here. Can really feel some space in the shoulders. Allow the heart to drop through. Just continue to flow with breath. A little more opening in the front of the body, and then exhale, rounding, tucking tailbone, opening through back body. One last time here. And then we'll pause, meet back with a neutral spine. Tuck your toes onto the mat. Take a breath in as you exhale, right hip to your right heel and come around to your left. This is a deep stretch for the toes and the arches of the feet. So if it feels like a little too much, you can just keep the tops of your feet on the mat. One more time, this direction. And then we'll pause, breath in, exhale, other side. So left hip around to your left heel. Press your fingertips slightly into the mat as your shoulders come forward, just a little ahead of your wrists. So we work into the wrists as well. Last time around here. And then pause. Bring knees under the hips, tops of the feet find the mat, shoulders, wrists align. You can tap the feet out here if you'd like. It's a nice release for that deep stretch. We're going to come into puppy pose, so come down onto your forearms. Start to reach your arms forward. Chest comes down towards the earth. Forehead, or for some, maybe the chin comes onto the mat. This is a great place for the books or the blocks. You can bring them onto the mat. Lengthen your arms. Let your forearms rest on your props. And then drop your heart down towards the mat. Heart openers are back bends for us. So at any time this feels like too much in your back, you can always walk your knees just a little bit closer to your shoulders. Makes it feel a little more like closed-kneed child's pose, but still opening the front of the body. Just about 2 more rounds of breath here. When you're ready, when that breath is complete, just come forward onto your forearms with an inhale and then breathe out. Next breath, begin to make your way back to table. From table, send your right leg long behind you. Flex your foot, heel in line with your hip. Little lift of the heel towards the ceiling, engaging into the seat, and then press your heart away from the mat. Round through your upper back. Extend your left arm. Breath in as you exhale, elbow meets knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open out to the right and to the left. Come back to center. Again, coil in elbow and knee. Inhale long. Exhale, open out in hydrant. One more time, back to center. Come in, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Open up one last time. Come back to center, hold there. Right leg stays, left hand comes down. Breathe in as you exhale. Bring your right foot diagonally off the left side of your mat. Your eyes, your shoulders are up towards the top of your mat right now. And then breathe in as you exhale. Look around your left shoulder at your right toes. Keep pressing the big toe of the right foot down into the mat. Breathe in, come back to center, find table. Bring each hand a handprint forward, tuck the toes. Breath in, exhale, hips guide you up and back into down dog. It's pedal here, find some movement. Drop one heel at a time towards the mat. Wag the hips side to side. Feel free to generously bend the knees here. One more breath and movement. And then pause in stillness, breath in. Then exhale, come back down to table. Left leg now extends out long behind you. Press into the mat. Press your heart away from the floor. Reach your right hand forward. Take a breath in as you exhale. Elbow meets knee underneath you. Inhale long. Exhale, open out to the right and to the left. Come back to center. Exhale, coil it in. Inhale long. Exhale, open out. Back to the center. One more time here. Elbow meets knee underneath you. Hug it in, round through your upper back. Inhale long. Bring it out to the right, out to the left. Come back to center. Hold that nice long line. Left leg stays extended, right hand down. Breath in, exhale, left leg goes diagonally to the right. Set the foot down. Press away from the mat. Breathe in, exhale, look around your right shoulder at your left toes. Left heel points towards the ceiling as we press the big toe down towards the mat. Then inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, we find table. Each hand, one handprint forward. Again, tuck toes. Breathe in, exhale, downward facing dog. Option to find some movement once more if you'd like. I always find it takes me till about my third downward facing dog until I'm ready for some stillness. And then come into stillness, pause and downward facing dog. Breathe in, ripple, roll forward, come into plank. Option to bring your knees to the mat if you'd like. Take a breath in as you exhale, find downward facing dog. Next inhale, come forward again, find plank pose. Keep pressing chest away from the floor. Light bit of roundness through your upper back, inner thighs turn slightly in towards one another. Always the option for knees here. Breath in, exhale, down dog. This time, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. From belly, inhale, lift the heart, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, press away from the mat. Make your way back into downward dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, rise up on the toes, lift the heels. Exhale, tiptoe top of the mat, come into a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Fingertips to the shins, heart draws forward. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Next breath in, tuck your chin towards your chest. Roll slowly all the way up to standing. Head comes up last. Take a moment here, rock forward and back, side to side on your feet. Find the four corners of your feet. Find grounding. Come into stillness in Tadasana, mountain pose. One nice breath. Shoulders go up to the ears. With the inhale, exhale, slide shoulder blades down the back. Big breath in, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive down and folds. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, folds. Big breath in, reach up, gather the breath, palms meet, hands come straight down into the heart space. And once more, inhale out and up. Exhale, swan dive down, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step directly to down dog or maybe back into plank. From here, you can lower to belly. If you're ready for a chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale will meet in downward facing dog. Now staying in downward facing dog or coming into table, we're going to lift the right leg. Then exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. And then inhale, right leg goes up again. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring the foot between the hands. Ground your left foot. Lift your left knee if you were in table. You're going to come into warrior one, so find that in the legs. Then inhale, rise up. Bring the right hand around the left wrist. Take a big breath in, lift up. Exhale, draw the left arm over to the right. Come back to center, release. Take a breath in as you exhale. Hands float down behind the low back, interlace. Nice heart opening here. Inhale, drop the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep that opening in the heart space as you hinge from the hip and fold forward. Keep drawing right hip slightly back, left hip slightly forward. Breath in, come back, fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Palms meet, hands into heart space. Pause here. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Breath in as you exhale, warrior three. So maybe toes stay connected to the mat. Maybe you start to engage the left side of your seat, lift the left leg, and maybe find counterbalance. You're going to slowly land it back into warrior one. Arms reaching up. Breath in as you exhale, hands come down, frame your front foot, and down onto your left knee. With an inhale, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms, drop forward into lunge. And inhale, up, knee over ankle. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus the arms and lunge. Come forward, take a breath in as you exhale. Bring your hands to frame your foot. Keep your left hand on the mat. Sweep your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Breath in as you exhale. Right hand comes down. We're going to lift the left knee, step back into plank, and move through vinyasa. So maybe staying in plank here, maybe lowering to knees. You can come onto the belly or into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Pause here in down dog. Connect with your breath. An option to stay here in down dog or maybe find table. Take an inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, coil it in. Come up high on the ball of right foot. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring the foot between the hands. We're going to ground the back foot, preparing for warrior one. If you were in table, you'll lift that right knee. Always the option to bring your left hand to the top of your thigh and press into the thigh and come up. Turn the pinkies slightly in towards one another. Feel that opening on the front of your right hip. Little engagement in the right side of your seat. Left fingers now wrap around right wrist. Inhale, lift up, and then draw over to the left side. Breath in, come back to center, release the hands. Breathe in as you exhale, hands come down behind the low back and interlace. Maybe the non-habitual grip here. Start to drop the shoulders down. Already feel the heart space opening. Inhale, drop the hands down, open the heart even more. Exhale, keep that lift and fold. Doesn't have to be a deep fold here. We're going to keep the knee over the ankle on the left, root through the pinky edge side of your right foot. Draw up through the arches of your feet. We're going to release the hands. Fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Bring the hands into the heart space. Preparing for warrior three. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press off on the toes. Maybe toes are going to stay connected to the mat. We feel that engagement in the left leg. Maybe start to flex your foot. Squeeze the right side of your seat and lift the leg. Find that counterbalance. When you're ready, we'll slowly land back in warrior one. Bring fingertips skyward. Breath in, exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Left leg goes back, drop left knee to the mat, right knee, to the mat. Reach the fingertips up. Take a breath in as you exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, reach knee back over the ankle, shoulders over hips. Exhale, cactus the arms, lunge forward, lift the heart here. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Come back. Take a breath in as you exhale. Hands will come down and frame the foot. Keep your right hand on the mat. Inhale your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing left leg into the center line of the body. Breath in, exhale. Bring left hand down. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, step back into plank. Move through your vinyasa here. Option to meet just in downward facing dog if you prefer. One final breath in down dog. And then with an inhale, come forward into plank and let's lower all the way to the belly. Come to rest on your right cheek. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. We're going to find locust pose. So turn your forehead towards the mat and let it hover just off of the floor. With an inhale, draw shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, press shoulders toward the ceiling and then let them slide down the back. Your hands will come away from the mat, palms face the ceiling. You'll already feel some lift in your heart space. Next breath in, lift even more. Point through the toes, maybe squeeze the muscles of the seat slightly. Press palms to the ceiling. Breath in as you exhale, release, come down, maybe rest on your left cheek. You can wag your hips side to side. And once more, we'll find locust pose. So bring the forehead down to hover towards the mat. Take a breath in, find that roll of the shoulders. Exhale as they slide down and back. Next, inhale, lift. Breath in, exhale, let's release. Bring one palm to stack upon the other. Rest your forehead there. Let your hips wag side to side. Bend the knees, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Just wiper the feet side to side. Just tick-tock back and forth. Feet come down, palms frame the rib cage. Press away from the mat. Come into closed knee child's pose. So keeping the knees together, send the seat back towards the heels. Let the torso just drape over the front of the body. Pause here and find breath. Last round of breath here. Next inhale, come forward into table. Tuck the toes, make your way into downward facing dog. Again, if you'd like, you always have the option to stay in table here. With an inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee comes in, taps the right tricep. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, bring it in, tap right tricep. One more time, inhale long. This time, exhale, knee to nose, bring the foot between the hands, ground your left foot. Pinky edge side, parallel back of the mat. We're going to come up into warrior two. Looking directly over the right hand, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, little squeeze of shoulder blades together behind the back. With an inhale, sweep back. Reverse warrior, exhale, side angle. Elbow very light on the knee, reach left hand over. Again, inhale, sweep back. Reverse warrior, exhale, side angle. Come back to warrior two. Drop your hands down behind your low back, interlace. Bring your eyes, your chin center line with your body. Your gaze is directly in front. Take a breath and drop the hands. Lift the heart up, and then exhale, fold into ostrich pose right over the center of the legs. It's a nice opener for the front hip, a lot of external rotation. You can always bring the toes in, the right toes in about 5 degrees if it feels like a little too much stress on the knee. Inhale, release, your arms go out. With exhale, we land in warrior two. Take a breath in with exhale. Hands come down and frame the front foot. You're on the ball of your left foot. Left knee is lifted. Bring right hand inside of the right foot. Coming towards lizard here, so drop the left knee down. Walk right foot out just a bit, and you're welcome to stay here. Maybe coming onto your forearms or onto your blocks. Nice deep hip opener here. So find where your body wants to be and just settle in with breath. It's about 2 more rounds of breath here. When that breath is complete for you, if you're on your forearms, your palms will return to the mat. If you had props, you'll move them out of the way. Bring right hand just inside of the right foot. If you'd like, you can tuck the left toes and lift the knee and then sweep back into plank. We'll move through a vinyasa here. So maybe you're on knees, maybe you're coming to belly, maybe you're lowering halfway in chaturanga, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, staying in down dog or table once again. Left leg will rise. Exhale, left knee comes in and taps the left tricep. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, bring it in, tap the tricep. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to nose. Foot comes between the hands. We're going to open up in warrior two. So dial the back foot down. You can always use left hand on the left knee to help bring you up. Left toes point towards the top of your mat. Knee is over the ankle. Look down at the knee. If you can see all of your toes and the knees falling in just a bit, see if you can bring it back. Let the knee go right over the top of your foot. Take a breath and sweep back. Reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Again, inhale, sweep back. Reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Elbow really lightly on the knee. Come back up into warrior two. Bring your hands down behind your low back and interlace. Bring your gaze, your chin center line with your body. Take an inhale, drop the hands, lift the heart, exhale, ostrich pose. Again, always the opportunity to bring the left toes in just about 5 degrees. We come back up, toes will turn towards the top of the mat, release the hands, come back up into warrior two. Take a breath in with exhale, hands go down and cartwheel, frame the front foot, and then sweep left hand inside of the left foot. Right knee can find the mat, coming into lizard on this side. And again, you can stay here, come onto your forearms, maybe blocks underneath the forearms here, creating a little space for us to bring the mat towards us. See if you can guide the breath into the space of your left hip, outer edge of your seat. And we bring the breath, guide it into the body to bring our awareness there. Maybe some opportunity for you to soften, find some space. Last round of breath. And when you're ready, you can move our props out of the way, come back onto your palms, lengthen your arms. Maybe tucking right toes, let right knee lifting, going back into plank pose. Last vinyasa here. If you'd like, you can just meet in downward facing dog. Last downward dog of our practice today. Breathe in with an exhale, bring your knees toward the mat. Sweep your feet off to one side. Come onto your seat. Feet come out in front of you. Palms on the mat. Fingertips facing your hips. Draw your heels in a little closer to your seat, preparing for reverse table. Take a breath and press away from the mat. Lift your hips up. Always the option to drop your head back if that feels okay with your neck. Breath in, exhale, come down to the mat. And again, inhale, press into the hands and feet, lift. Breath in, exhale, lower. Last time here, breathe in, press away from the mat. Find that round of breath. And then breathe in, exhale, find your seat. You find your seat, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall open into bound angle. This fold comes from the hinge in the hips. So we want to keep the back nice and straight, protect the low back, the discs in the low back. You can hold onto the arches of the feet or maybe around your ankles, heels close to your body or a little further out if that's more comfortable. Take a breath in, lift and lengthen. Let the crown of your head reach to the ceiling. Exhale, start to fold forward from that hinge in the hips. You might pull just a little bit on the feet here, working chest down towards your feet. Then once you've folded as far as straight spine allows, take a breath in, exhale, maybe drop the crown of your head towards your feet, chin a little bit into your chest, softening your neck. And then see where you can soften through the legs. Just allowing gravity to take effect here and find some more opening through the hips. Two more rounds of breath. When you're ready, next breath in, tuck your chin towards your chest, stack the spine, come up. Exhale, brings shoulders over the hips. Draw the knees to close together, feet coming onto the mat, and fingertips into the creases of the knees. If you'd like, you can bring a block or a book with you about halfway to down at the edge of your mat. Make your way onto your back. Always welcome to draw knees into the chest here and massage the back body for a moment. We're going to find a round of back bend. So we have a few options here. First, come into bridge pose. If you'd like, you can find supported bridge using your block or your book. Bring the arms alongside the body, tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. Heels are fairly close to your seat. You can almost touch the heels with your fingertips. Keeping the muscles of the seat soft, take a breath and press into the feet. Let the hips rise up. Again, if you'd like, you can slide the block or book underneath the low back, right at the sacrum, that triangular joint base of the spine. That's what rests on the prop. We're going to find another round of back bend. So if you are in supported bridge, you might like to just stay. If you are in bridge pose, take an inhale, come up on the toes, lift the heels. With an exhale, slowly lower down. Paint the spine back down onto the mat. When the tailbone arrives, heels will come down as well. We're going to find bridge once more. Always the option for wheel pose. If wheel pose is in your practice, bring fingertips pointing towards your shoulders, elbows towards the ceiling. Bridge again, shoulder blades tucked underneath you. With an inhale, lift into your version of back bend. If you were in supported, just stay. Keep the muscles of your seat nice and soft. If we need to engage the seat slightly to open the hip flexors, just engage right at the base of your seat, just below the sit bones. Those two muscle groups work in opposition. So if you have a little engagement in the seat, sometimes that lets the hip flexor open a little bit more. Last round of breath here. Breathe in, lift heels, exhale, slowly come down from wheel, gently head, then shoulders. If you were in supported bridge, lift up, remove the prop out from underneath you. Come down onto the mat. Let the spine settle. One round of breath. And then take a breath and pull knees into the chest. Rock. Massage the back of your body. From here, feet find the mat again. Right ankle over left knee, figure four. Let the right knee drop open. You can press into the edge of your right thigh with your right palm. Hands come around the left thigh. Take a breath and exhale, reclined pigeon. That nice stretch in the right hip. You might like to lengthen your left leg. See if that creates a shift, any more space there, and maybe a little rock side to side. Keep that gentle press with the right forearm into the edge of your right thigh. Last round of breath. Breath in. With an exhale, let your left foot find the floor. Keep this figure four. You can bring your arms out beside you like a T, or maybe you like to cactus the arms. Take a breath in. With exhale, right foot goes over to the left side as we hold the figure four. Really nice hip stretch. See if you can encourage your right shoulder towards the mat. Last breath here. Next, inhale. Bring your figure four back up. Your right foot comes onto the mat. The other side now. Left ankle over right knee. Flex the foot. Press into the left thigh. Lift the lower ribs away from the top of the left hip. And then hands come around the right thigh. Breathe in, exhale, reclined pigeon on this side. Again, keeping left foot flexed. We keep the knee protected. A bit of a press with your left forearm. Maybe the right leg lengthens. Maybe there's a little bit of movement. A little rocking side to side. Last breath here. And then breath in, exhale, keep figure four. Right foot finds the mat. Arms open out. Cactus, or maybe out like a T. Breath in, exhale, the sole of your left foot goes over to the right, finds the floor. Some nice big rounds of breath here in twist. Draw a breath from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Last round of breath. And inhale, bring your figure four back up, right foot on the mat, and then left foot joins right. Take a breath and pull knees into the chest, knees toward the outer edges of your ribs. Bring the tops of your thighs to point down towards the floor. And then come into happy baby, feet towards the ceiling, reach inside of the knees. You can grab the outer edges of your feet. You can also maybe come into shoulder stand here if that's in your practice. You can grab toes if you'd like. You can lengthen one leg and then the other. If you are in shoulder stand, eyes stay on your toes. Protect your neck. From shoulder stand, maybe you come into plow pose. Maybe ear pressure pose. Slightly bring the ears to squeeze on either side of the head, right above the ears. And then we'll all bring knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Take a breath in, squeeze and curl into a tight little ball, and then exhale, lengthen out. Come into Shavasana, into final rest. If you'd like, you're welcome to bring your towel or your blanket back underneath you. If you want to find some more opening in the heart space. Let your breath return to that easy rhythm. Feel free to stay here and rest in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to practice with you today. Thank you. The light and love in me truly sees and honors the light and love in you. Namaste.